If you control attacks, this is in your hand. It gets one of these at random. Yeah, this card's medium. It's not nearly as good as some of the other ones. Is this card pretty powerful? This card seems like it should be pretty good. That seems like a pretty... I haven't drafted the blood. I've mostly just been drafting diamond-based things. I mean, is this card like limited playable? Like I feel like this card's playable in that it's definitely playable in that deck, right? Maybe we'll pick this up and see what else goes around. I'm gonna snag this for now. I'm gonna snag this for now and see what we get past. Yeah, like it's an accelerant. Worst case, like even if we don't end up going down like the Dreadling path, like it's just like a 2-cost accelerant. So like okay, so if we're thinking about being in the Dreadling deck, this pack again doesn't really have anything that's good for the Ruby Diamond deck anyways. Dread Factory is pretty good, right? Like it just creates 2 Dreadlings every turn. That seems super powerful. It's reasonable with our Acolyte. All right, let's try and go into this deck. Klett said he thought this was the second best deck. And we're not getting cards for Ruby Diamond even if we wanted it. Sacrifice another troop. This gains a life drain and unblockable this turn. That's kind of slow, but okay. Crackling Torment probably isn't very good. That doesn't seem great. Fiend of Nulzoon, Socketed Miner. So what can we... That doesn't seem great. I guess I could grab this. This can... can't be blocked unless they have power. Yeah, that seems fine. It's like an evasive card. Yeah, Rootland Growth unblockable. I got there. Slow and steady. So what are we doing here? I probably don't want another Scout the Wilds. Do you look at the top 1 card of your deck? Hail Trooper resource from among them. That doesn't seem particularly great. Voracious Zombie. Well, thank you, King Cobra. I appreciate the follow. This is pack 1. We could just go in on these. How bad is that plan? That doesn't seem awful. This card gets obnoxious pretty quick, especially with Dreadlings. And the zombie's just like, it's a 2-1 for 1. So we get like 4 of these and it's insane. It's a common, and we've got a lot of picks to go. I don't think that card's very good. There's a lot of Swift Strike and stuff like that running around. Speed 2/2 could be a 3/3. That doesn't seem great. This card's serviceable but slow. It's probably just like worse than Root Langler. I don't like any of the cards in this pack for our colors. What does Tinkertron do? Fixes, charge. That card doesn't seem playable. This creates a Dreadling and puts into play. Alright, sure. Another enabler. Enabler for our zombies and our dread factories and stuff. Misery loves company. This card's pretty good, right? It's like 4 costs, 6/6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this. This card's pretty powerful. Three drop, takes 1 for each artifact of the crypt. Okay. Spring Dancer? I think this is just the card we're taking. It's like a good solid early play that we can play on colors. It gives us Valorous, which can make something Valorous to like not get bring to justice. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That seems great. Never pass Dancer in Wild. Sure. I don't even feel like we're solidly like we've got like a zombie and a dread factory here, but I don't even feel like we're married to blood at this point. We definitely pivot. Hello. Dread Harvest seems great. War Bunny's not terrible just because it blocks too. I think Dread Harvest is the pick. I kind of want the War Bunny, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to take the War Bunny just because like it blocks. We don't have a lot of 3s. Harvest is fine. I've got 3 enablers already. Plus, I'm just probably going to play the banner. Can I take a second one of these? I guess this I can make unblockable too. It's probably between these two. I think I want an extra 6/6. I'll probably be on the lookout for enablers. Yeah, I think I'm just happy with multiple 6/6s. I think that's better than an unblockable 3. Yeah, this makes the dreadlings bigger. Just straight nothing in this pack that we're interested in. Yeah, there just aren't any good cards in here. Let's just take that, I guess. Harvest is only when you play a wild. That is correct. But it draws you a wild shard out of your deck. So, like, it's basically like it's a 2-cost wild shard with upside. Like that, it enables our stuff. I might play this. It's life drain unblockable. It's good in board stalls. Can pad our life total too, make it difficult to race. I don't have any double blood at this point, which is good. We've got a few double wild, 2 at the top here. Solidly in blood wild at this point, it looks like. Probably the sorcerer now. I don't think I mind that. I think it's better than Scout the Winds. This card's not playable, right? Like, that's a huge cost. Like, a 4/4 lethal is pretty good, but like sacrificing 3 things, really feel like I don't have enough enablers for that, and I'd much rather take a guy that's pseudo unblockable. Don't love any of the cards here. I think I'm more likely to play the 3/3 speed than the 4/1. I don't think I want to play either of them, but I think it's more likely that this makes the cut than the 4/1. The 4/1 does not seem like it lines up very well. And we don't have that many enablers yet. Like, I want to make sure our deck's functional and we don't draw an enabler. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna take the combat tricks. So I don't have to play around it in case someone wants to. Yeah, I don't think we're playing this card. We've got 11 possibly playable cards. Like, maybe this sorcerer is questionable. I don't know how powerful this card actually is. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll pick up a Phalanx for now. That card going that late seems. I guess the first few packs weren't very good for the Diamond Ruby deck. This is probably playable for us. We're probably going to play Haunting Crab. Alright. Wise Magistrate's a card we would love to play. This card, this pack is stacked for... It's too late to change now, right? Dinosaur? Playing this is better than trying to splash Bloodsworn, right? Siegesaur is what we like. This card's super powerful. Splashing a 2-drop's probably not a good idea, though. Druid? Yeah, I don't mind the Druid. Let's do that. Card's pretty good. It's like 6 power for 5 resources. It's tough to pass up. Create 3 Dreadlings and put them into play. That doesn't seem awful. Is that a playable enabler? I guess Spring... I kind of want another 2-drop more than this. How do we feel? This definitely isn't wheeling. This is a small chance of wheeling. I feel like I'm never going to be sad to draw this, and there's going to be times where this is just bad. I mean, we didn't take the last one. We're not taking this one. Yeah, I think I'm taking the Spring Dancer. Yeah, I agree. I think the Dread will probably wheel. If the Dread doesn't wheel, we know we're fighting with someone. I feel like the reason why, like, when we beat this deck is the Diamond Ruby deck. It's just like they don't have enough things on 2 most of the time. Thanks, preview. Catch you later. I just like want to make sure I play cards on 2. Alright, so there's a Dread Harvest in here, another Dread Demise. I think I like the Demise more than the Harvest. What do we... I know there's a little bit of delay. Do we like Demise or Harvest better? I like that this just creates 3 off the bat. Like, this into Smash Magus is pretty good. Although, if we think one of these is going to wheel, Venom Blade, 5/4 lethal. Okay, that's fair. I don't know if we have enough enablers. I feel like I need to take an enabler out of this pack. I kind of want the Harvest. Yeah, I think it's one of the enablers out of that pack, and I think again I want to play things on 2. I don't want to like spend my turns using my resources. Dying with cards in hand is not great. Gruesome Deed. Yep, that card's great. Sign me up. I know there's another Dread Harvest in there, but just we don't have any removal right now. It's just like actual none. We'll take a couple deeds. Hopefully those Dreads wheel. At least one of them. Hopefully one of them wheels. Like the other person that's got the Dread, if they took the first Dread, they might take the 5/4 out of the second pack. Yeah, again, but like 4 is a lot more than 2. I guess the Dread's an uncommon though, so we're less likely to see it, whereas Harvest is a common. We've got like a whole other pack left, so I could see that being true too. I'm just gonna take another zombie. Like 2 drops, zombies work good in. The top 8 draft is tomorrow morning. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 9 a.m. PST. I'm Central Standard Time, so I think about things in terms of that though. Yeah, whenever people talk about deck thinning for things like Dread Harvest, that's like fetch lands and magic, like that's so statistically insignificant unless you're drawing most of your deck that like it really doesn't matter. This is great. Again, we're light on removal. I'm not a fan of getting a double blood card, but it is a 5-drop, and like they block a Dreadling, and then you like play your Bleak Blade Twister and kill the guy that blocked the Dreadling. I just know every time my opponent plays one of these against me, I just feel like I want to throw up, so... I top-aided playing a Diamond Splashing Sapphire Ardent Aggressive deck. I called it Brunch, like an aggro. It's aggro. It like leans mid-range, and you board into more controlling mid-range deck in some matchups. Look like I could use him. Terahedra! Thank you for the 3-month resub. My Twitch alerts has been poopy the last couple days. Let me try and make sure that... Let's make sure we pick a card here. What do we got? I don't know that I want another one of those. It's probably that. The rest of these cards aren't very good. Yeah, let's just grab that for now. Welcome back. I appreciate the continued support, mate. All right, it worked that time. Let's grab that. I don't know if we'll play both of these, but it's an option. This is actually kind of tough. We only got 30 seconds, but weigh in on Spring Dancer versus Oak Druid if you've got time. I think I'm leaning towards the Spring Dancer. We've got a lot of top end here, and this is just like an early body that we can get in the crypt for like Smash Magus enabling too. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Spring Dancer. Just like filling out those 2 drops. I guess the removal wouldn't have been awful there. I think, so... Nothing good in here for us. I'm going to take the Canyon Howler to try and cut someone off of a playable. Yeah, I didn't even think about Drain Soul. I just, like, saw a 2-drop and, like, snap my... I need to stop need to break myself of that habit. Like, my eyes, like, focus on cards that I know are good, and I'm just not reading everything. Drain Soul was more likely the pick. We are light on removal. We only have 1 Blade Twister and 1 Gruesome Deed at this point. No, I don't really play Grand Prix, and I really don't play Limited. Going to a Grand Prix is like miserable value. They're like ridiculously expensive in terms of how much money you pay. There's the Dread Demise, and it did wheel. God bless. So this Dread Demise wheeled, so hopefully the next one does too. And the fact that this wheeled, I think means that we're probably the only one in this archetype, which is good for us. It's a very good thing. Like, staying home and playing in a Hex tournament that pays out cash is such mad value compared to, like, paying money for a plane ticket. Oh, yeah. God, that worked out so well. Man, that feels good. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Just the bee's knees, if you would. Think we're not playing. How do we feel about these infiltrators? Are these very good? We're gonna probably have too many playables, so I think I'm gonna cut those for now. Yeah, we must be the only one in this archetype. I'm going to... I don't know that we're gonna play this. I'm gonna cut the Cremate here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Cremate. I don't want to get that. I don't want to get my 2-drop killed. Scrounge 2. I'll probably board this in. The awkward thing about flying in this format is that a lot of... I guess this is just like a 1-3-2. This is pretty good against the Ardent deck. I'm not Cosmic in either format because we just spent like 20 hours playing Hex off ladder preparing. I'm just going to cut this because we're probably playing the Dreadling banner. We've got some 3s. And we do have Acolyte, so we've got like 1 accelerant here that lets us go 2 to 4. And like you got to remember, like 2-drop plus Shard, or like we play Spring Dancer on 2 and then go second 2-drop play Valor on 3. Like that's fine. You know what? Maybe I should have taken the Skyguard card there. I probably would board the Skyguard in more than the Strength of the Ardent. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, this card's boop. Alright, so that's not playable. What else is in here? It's just like stone nothing for us in this pack. That's a little unfortunate. This card's not worth any money, right? I think I'm just gonna draft the rare. I don't think I'm gonna play any of the cards in this pack. I don't think Scout's very good. I don't think I'll play this card. Widget could technically do stuff. Oh. Ha. Ha. Okay, yeah, let's draft it. You're right. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even sure. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. Snap it off. Widget for age. Yeah. Yep. Okay. It's like Dread Demise. Get 3 counters on this. Living Factory Troops get at the start. That seems great. And there aren't any other cards in here, so this is... Yep. Oh, this is just target troop. I don't know if this is playable. I'm going to bin this for now. That would have been way too... I was like, that card's great. I thought it said all troops get that effect. That would have been much, much too good. We just had so many of these. This card's excellent, right? I know we said this pack's really good for us. I think we're just too light on removal to not take this card. Like, this Dread Botanist is a really good enabler for this archetype, though. But I feel like if these wheeled, this is probably going to wheel. So I'm going to take this. We're light on removal, and I feel like the Botanist is going to wheel. I don't expect the Spring Dancer to wheel, but the Botanist will probably come back to us. It's like scrounge ones, put 3 dreadlings into play. That's insane. You should have 3 different create 3 dreadlings card, and this one doubles their power up. Or gives them +1. Which I guess technically isn't double if there's a War Bunny out. Curving War Bunny into either of these seems insane. Alright, Drain Soul is just the card we passed earlier for Spring Dancer. I think our 2s are filled out enough, and this card's just very good. I don't have a lot of Underworld things. How many Underworlds do I have, actually? I don't actually have that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 Underworld things, but just kill target thing with possible gain 4 lifeline. Oh, it's quick, too. Yeah, that's great. We're up to 4 removal spells now. Would not mind more 2s. But I think I wanted the removal there more than another Wild Child. Yeah, I saw the other -3/-3, but I think the Drain Soul's better. I want a little bit of a way to gain life. And like this kills anything. I guess 3/3 kills most things in the limited format. How does this do? Sacrifice another troop. This gets 1/1. Huh. I think I want the Stinkhorn. This card's just really annoying. It's like pseudo removal. It's something that fills in low on our curve, helps us not die to the Ardent deck. The Reaper was triple blood threshold, which I don't think we're getting to on 4 consistently. We might not even be hitting it at all consistently. Sure, I understand why the Reaper is powerful. I'm just saying we're probably not playing it terribly often. Except very late in the game. I'd much rather have, like, we've already got a lot of really good top end. I just want to make sure we, like, live to get to play these cards. Oh, there's nothing else good in this pack, right? That's a 5/4. All right. This is good, too. I am such a sucker for quality removal. I think I'm going to take this Bleak Twister over this. I think it's between these two. I think I'd rather have the removal. Like, having multiple of this card is insane. It's just like, it's Flame Tongue Kavu, right? Like, with our Dreadlings, it's like basically Flame Tongue Kavu. Like, it's all upside. Either it's Flame Tongue Kavu or they're not blocking our Dreadlings. I'm gonna take this. And cut the Ardent Officer. Maybe, this... Maybe the 3 is better on our curve. I don't know. I like this card. Seems powerful. I mean, you're playing your things post-combat most of the time anyways. I could cut Field Medic. I could also just, like, take the Druid. Yeah, I'm going to take the Druid. We might play that. It's like stack them Valors up. Making Smash Mangus bigger seems fine. This enters play. Choose one. This gets speed, or each opposing champion discards 2 cards. I think yep, there's a... Yep, just... Dancer, get in my deck. It's not even close. We've got a ton of. We don't even have to play both of these. If these are too much, like we have to make cuts here. Obviously, we're at 27 cards, so there's gonna be a lot of these cards that don't make the cut. I don't think this card is great. I mean, like, the first pack did not have a lot of Diamond Ruby in it. I'm going to cut this because it's a hate card against us. It's also just a good stats. Haunting Cry maybe doesn't make the cut. It's tough. Maybe Root Wrangler is out. That card's okay on board stalls, though. This enables Drain Soul's Underworld Allegiance too as well, though. So maybe that's worth keeping it. Rust and Rune. Yeah, that does seem great. We actually don't have a lot of Underworld cards in our deck, though. I think if we had more Underworld cards, this might even be worth starting in the main, but without the guaranteed make two, probably not. Someone said earlier never pass a Spring Dancer, and I feel like that's true. This card just seems really solid. I think it's better than having this. Because, like, this is just something I feel good throwing away to enable stuff, too. This is Underworld, though, which is nice, and I guess this is technically a removal spell. Yeah, I'm going to take the 3. I'm going to cut this just in case someone got a baby at some point. Yeah, we already have 6, 7. Like, we have 7, like, reasonable 2-drops, and, like, this is fine on 1 or 2. Like, this is pseudo removal, and it could just be, like, a huge threat. The old Blight Reaper coming back around. Just 2/2 and life drain permanently. I'll take the Blight Reaper. I don't think we're playing it, though. I have to cut 1 card from here. This extra Oakhenge Druid might not be making it. This Dread Launcher might not be making it. Crackling Clash isn't awful. I think I'm cutting the Dread Launcher. I don't know if I'm allowed to cut. I don't know if I have enough enablers to cut that, though. I'll have to take a look at it when we go to building here. We still need another cut if I want to play this Crackling Clash. I think I'm cutting the Druid as the last card here. What do we think? What's the cut? I think we're just playing the Dreadling Banner one. Should I play the druids at all? Like, the druids are like kind of medium, right? Should I just like play the extra blade twister? Like druid is. I kind of like this card. I guess. So like we've got. So if I cut this, we've got Drain Soul, Venom's kind of removal. This is kind of removal. Stinghorn's kind of removal. Gruesome Dead. So like maybe we just do that. I agree that this card's powerful. Like it creates 6 power for 5 resources. How many troops do we have? We only have 14 troops though. So like we don't have a ton of things to make bigger. Two Blade Twister is bad. We could split the difference. I want all the Smash Magus. The War Bunny's fine. I'd run both Druids and cut both Blade Twisters. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. I'm going to go use the restroom really quick before I hit save on this. Let me think about it. Yeah, I think the decks that we want to be killing troops against probably aren't doing a lot of blocking anyways, so this is probably fine. Cut one Demise. No, Demise sounds great. That card sounds insane. I would like to see how those play out. I did not pick those by mistake. Actually, honestly, with the number of troops we have, am I just supposed to be like... Am I not supposed to be playing these? Am I just supposed to be like playing Root Wrangler and like putting the unblockable gem in it? I actually don't hate that. I can just like fill my curve out better. I could play the Blackfire Sorcerer in for the same thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try this actually. Because, like, I have all these Spring Dancers, so, like, Spring Dancer, Valor into, like, Sorcerer or Root Wrangler. I kind of like that. It brings the overall curve of the deck down a little bit, too. We like the Stompy deck more than Dreadling Junk. So what? Like put like these in and the Siegesaurus and maybe this. And like cut the Factory, the Warp Steel, and the Dread Demises. I guess I don't hate that. And then we can change the... We can swap to the other champion. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. Okay, that's fair. And these make these other guys better? Okay, let's try this. Yeah, we don't really have a ton of good enablers. I like the Dread Demise enables Smash Magus, though. I guess these little idiots enable Smash Magus too, though. and like this is just a good card. I'm gonna leave the other Demise in over that other 4 cost. Let's try this. Sure. If not, it can be a short draft and we'll call it a night. It's almost 11 o'clock here. Just gonna go a little bit late. I think like just curving. I'm just gonna try. This is kind of a weird mix, I guess. I'm just gonna roll with this and see how it goes. I don't want to submit like mid changes. Champion, he does the Dreadling for 2 charges. I don't even know what that one does. Oh, that's really interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on Wild Shaper. It's got more health and like it's good with the druids. It's fine with Spring Dancer too, probably. I agree the other guy makes Smash Magus better. It's like trying to decide, like, do we want to make Smash Magus better more consistently, or do we want to, like, randomly make Oaken's Druid bigger? And I think with, like, this Acolyte of Shadow and, like, these Spring Dancers hitting the bin, and I'm just going to play these 2 Dread Demises, like, this is probably fine. No, I don't start working on formats until we know what the format looks like. Like, people who start working on constructed formats before you know what all the cards are, that's like someone saying, hey, look at this puzzle where I have like 10 of the 200 pieces put together on the table and tell me if you think the puzzle looks good. It's like, no, I can't tell you what the puzzle looks like. I only see like 10% of it. Moj Jeff with the 5-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. Welcome back. I do appreciate it. It's fine. This deck's doesn't seem very good. It's kind of all over the place. We're just going to roll with it. The children and I appreciate your continued support. Or Factory over Dread Demise. What am I? Dread Demise? I just want to kill people. This card kills people. Look at that. We can no longer decide. We're 2 buys. Alright, sure. At least we're not one of the buys. That would suck. I'm actually glad we're not one of the buys. I want to like play games with this deck. Yeah, they're both socketed with can't be blocked with troops power less than. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That content, I was a little worried about that content change. It's gone over very well. I feel like we've improved it to a reasonable place. Hopefully tomorrow we'll just get a good draft deck instead of a bad one. I'm gonna keep it. It's resource heavy, obviously, but it's got a 2-drop on 2. Just Sacred Banner do Creative Valor. Interesting. Probably Diamond Wild. That's pretty good. Card's great. Alright, it's not the worst. I guess we need to enable it though. Obviously not jumping his Swift Strike. He missed his draw at least. We got that going for us. 2-1. Sure. He's got a lot of pressure too. Another Spring Dancer. Alright, sign me up. Let's just do this. Crunch time. It's like playing a bunch of 2-mana 3/3s. They're kind of 3-cost 3/3s, but spread out. This is probably mostly a 2-1 Swift Strike in his deck. Unblockable. Sure. Well, this card seems less than stellar. You think I'm just going Valor and crunching here? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. If he wants to trade, he can trade. I'm gonna play the War Bunny for now. Might upgrade this into a 5-drop next turn off our champion power. See what we get. That's pretty good. So this stuns something. Yep. Makes upgrading it into a 5 a lot less appealing. So we're taking 7 here. And then next turn, we're taking 9. But I've got him dead in 2, so sure. I understand why we just want all of this card now. Smash Magus. We have too many things that want other things that we do not have. Split this and crunch. Are they jumping? I feel like he's getting into jumping range. Not yet. Okay. Well, we're gonna play this. I think we just go 2-3. These are basically unblockable. I think we're losing this race. Yeah, you can just go block, block. Then he's dead to these. So these guys attacking with these at least. Obviously, this could be attacking as well. And we're dead in 2. This is a bad coin flip to lose. Yeah, we're definitely champ powering on our turn. That's not close. Actually, you know what'd be really good here? The dread card, the make 3/2/1s. That would probably win us the game, not close. What's he got as a follow-up? Nothing? Have nothing? And then you die? Lamify. Alright. Still dead on board? Dead to this Valor that you know about? Let's upgrade this to a 5. Choose and discard 2 cards. Deals 4 damage to target troop. Well, it's just a 3/4. So let's do that. And then attack. He goes block, block, and then he dies. Dead on board. Might as well attack with everything. Wow. Yep, block, block, block. Take that. Live. That was a bad coin flip to lose. That was a bad coin flip to lose. Dread Demise would have in fact won the game there. Explosion also would have won the game there. Drain Soul would have won. I think we had an Underworld Allegiance. The 1/3 is great here. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Hex decided to take a nap. On half a second. It has to exhaust. Yeah, it's exhaust, deal with a blocker. I mean, if we played that other hero, we would have died before we even got to that combat step because that hero has 5 less points of life. The amount of life our hero has is a big part of the reason why The amount of life is a big part of the reason why I picked the hero that we're playing. Oh, come on. Can we not lose to the 42 card deck? Saints medium. It's got a 2-drop. I definitely agree that our deck is too split on what it wants to do. That's a good draw. I get to go 2-drop into a guy that's mostly unblockable. Honestly, probably just playing this out as a 3/3 on 4. I guess it's probably better as a 2/1 on 3. Or as a 2/1 on 4. Lamify. Turn my 2/2 into a... Yep, deal. Sign me up. Sure. Huh. Am I supposed to have more enablers in my deck? I feel like I don't have enough enablers. We said this was good. This is probably fine. That's probably slow, especially on the draw. Smash Maggots, actually, I'm going to cut the Venom. I'm going to cut the War Bunny. I don't feel like we have enough for War Bunny to be relevant. I think we've cut too many enablers. Multiple 2-drops. This isn't a very good 2-drop. Root Wrangler's pretty good. Mostly unblockable. The art on this card's great. The art on a lot of these cards is pretty good. I like that they pay attention to the details like that. Alright, Druid for later. This would be great if we had an enabler in our hand. We just don't have enough enablers in the deck, though. Every time, please. Alright, I'm gonna hit a shard next turn. He conceded to this curve last time. It's like five power go. Shard. Heyo. Turn my guy into a 0/4. Block your llama. Deal. Our deck is much worse this time around, Chris. It's very unfocused. We're split between like this bad Stompy deck and this bad Dreadling deck. We do have 2 unblockable guys though, so maybe we're gonna steal this one. This is the 3/4 someone was telling me about. It's a common, that's why we passed a lot of them. That was a great draw. Kills our opponent in 2 turns. Because he cannot block either of these, because his troops have less power than them. You have the most sacred of banners. Stun's pretty good, means he's not dead on board. Yep. Conservative attack. Did in 2 to these though. Yeah, that's great. Means we can Oak Druid this turn. Which means we have Valor's next turn to push these past his Valor. Well, I made something functional out of it. I had enough Spring Dancers to make it work. Aha! Tier 4. Moving on up in the big world of Limited. Alright, I'm going to run upstairs and grab a snack real quick. We're going to finish this draft out, and then I'm going to call it a night. So we got one or two more matches. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'm going to mute myself for a second while I eat a snack. Feel free to chat, and I will read and type and all that jazz while we wait for this next match to finish. Won the coin flip. That's good if our opponent's playing the aggressive deck. Likely they are with Lysander. I have a couple of 2-drops here on the play into Root Wrangler. I'm going to go ahead and offer this trade. I'm fine with this trade happening. I'm going to play this zombie, and then we can play this Root Wrangler on 4 and suit it up with this Valor. I'm doing well. We won our first draft of the night. We're 1-0 in this. Our deck's a lot worse than it was last time, though. Deck in the first draft was very good. That's tough. We're going to lose this Root Wrangler, which was basically the game plan. It makes trading the Spring Dancer a lot worse. So we'd like to draw one of our 4-cost Dreadling producers, not the removal of the other one. Another Shard doesn't feel good. Just crunch for 2. Maybe I'm supposed to Valor this? I don't know. I kind of want to hold this. We drafted one of the better types in the format. It was Diamond Diamond Ruby aggro. Hex is great. You should give it a try. Game's a lot of fun. They've successfully kept the formats interesting for several formats now. I've played for, I guess I've only played for 2. For the 2 constructed formats I've been playing, I've been impressed with their card design and balance for the formats. I think I'm just gonna Valor this and offer the trade. I don't even know how to play it. I've been watching for weeks now. I don't know if that's a testament to you liking the stream or me not being good and descriptive. Why not? We'll just take it as a compliment. Let's just do that. If he wants to trade here, that's great. We passed a lot of these cards, so that's definitely a reason to be in Blood Ruby. Yep. That's fine. I don't really want to champ power it. Like, the odds of getting a 4 that's better than his 3 power guy. Yeah, the 4 cost isn't great. I'd much rather like try and upgrade a 3 or a 4. That's pretty good. That's why he was so excited to trade off our guys. That's why we play best of 3s. A little bit of variance in this game. Game's not over yet, but not looking good for us. I guess we do have a bunch of scrounge fodder in here if we hit one of our 6/6s. Hitting a druid and jumping it into a 7 would be nice. Man, that's a combo. I don't know what his deck is doing. It's beating us down, that's what it's doing. He's gonna get Valor. Woof. Alright. Show me the 5-drop. Okay. That would be great if his guys weren't getting Swift Striked when they attacked. And he has 2 Valors in his hand, so probably dead. This is limited. I top 8'd the Cosmic Crown Showdown this afternoon, and the top 8 of that event is draft. So I will be drafting for that. Yeah, right? Yeah, so this thing turns into a mask, which then turns another one of our things back into this, but we don't have diamond in our deck. So I'm assuming he's just attacking with everything here. He's gonna like push damage across. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this one and take our 10 down to 9. We need to hit something to stay in this game regardless, so hopefully we hit the druid and then we can Valor this guy up. No, he played the orc the turn prior, I think. Maybe he just played them in the wrong order? No, actually you might be right. I think he might have just played them in the wrong order. So he is Valoring up this and cracking us for 7, and we're just going to go to 2. If he's got a burn spell, he's got a burn spell. We really just want to like hit something here. We really just want to be able to hold this back and like draw something to deal with this dork. Yeah, man, we did. God, this deck is so bad. This deck is so bad. That's a mistake. What are the other mistakes in this deck? We need an extra enabler. Alright, let's just save and hope for the Dread Factory. Am I supposed to have that? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the bunny and put the Dread Factory back in. We just really need enablers. Sure. Like, I don't even know. I don't think we would have won round 1 with a 19 life champion, though. This hand's good and aggressive on the play. The old well of hatred on 1. Yep. Deal. That can only mean good things for us. Yeah, if we would have been playing the other champion that makes Dreadlings, like, this would be just a 6/6 on turn 4. Which would be great. Y'all are not wrong. Just... make this a 3/3, play another Spring Dancer. Probably just playing this as a 3/3 on 3. Or on 4. We'll just like play it as a 3/3 and then upgrade it to a 6. Using our champion power on 5. This curve is pretty okay. Yep, you got 2-1. I think I'm just gonna crack. Yeah, I'm gonna crack with these two. Yeah. Actually, I guess I'm okay with him trading this because then Smasher's not gonna die. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, my card background implies I'm so good I should be banned and constructed. Non-PvE. God, no play? That's so good for us. You just pass your first main phase? Upgrade. Ooh. Ooh. It's too bad we can't use the powers of Zakir. It's like have Valors I didn't use. Probably won't matter. Here's my Dargan. Maybe he'll have a good hand on the play and put us out of our misery with this bad deck. I can see why drafting all of that wild 2-drop though, Spring Dancer, is just nuts. Like, this card's been great every time we've had it. Hey, look, we have a Dread Demise for a change. I'm gonna play the Dread Factory out. Let's try and get this online ASAP. So when this attacks, Valorous things gain Swift Strike. Ooh, that's pretty good. This means if we Valor this up, we can fight this if he doesn't Valor his. Which is very, very nice. Very nice. Alright, he Valored his. I might Ghost. Nah, that's fine. Skip. Alright, does he have another play? If he has another play, he's in a pretty good spot. Yeah, okay. Well, that we can Valor plus kill, right? Exhaust this. this. I can do Valor, my dork. This fights this. I'm losing this race. I guess I'm not losing this race with the Dread Demise into the 6/6. Alright, let's just crunch. It's go time! I guess I only put one counter on this, and now I've missed 2 points of damage from the Stinkhorn not being played on one. So, like, next turn I'm going to miss another 2 points of damage just because this would make the Shroom Pin a... Also make it a 2-power guy. We'll see what he Valors up. He might Valor this one so that way he can trade with my 3/3. Which, if that's the case, we're not attacking with it. Obviously, we'll just like Dread Demise and crack him for 6 and leave this back to trigger the Dread Factory. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. This into this will hopefully lock the game up. No play. Okay. Well, let's play this. And play Dread Demise. This game is free to play. Wait. Oh, I have to scrounge to give it. Okay. I knew that. I've played this before. Wow, this card's a lot worse than I thought it was. And tap Dreadlings for the factory. I could have, yeah. Alright, so next turn we go Magus, Stinghorn, scrounge this. You have a 4/3, that's fine. You have a 5/4, that's also fine, so I'm gonna have a 6. Drain Soul's not the worst. Yes, I would like to... Oh, it's only 2! Look at that, even got a Dreadling left over. Don't really want to upgrade any of those. Let's skip over for now. With the amount of enablers that we're running, Demise definitely seems pretty bad. We're down a game, right? This is game... He's tanking on this attack. If he didn't tank on the attack, I might think about blocking, but I'm just gonna... Okay, yep. Deal. Don't attack into my 6/6. Is this game 3? Okay. I'm just gonna believe y'all. It's late. It's almost midnight here. Been doing this most of the day. Took a nice break in the middle, take the kids to the park, though. That was fun. These guys are so tired. Thanks, Dogwood. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Ooh. Ooh. I found a piece of candy. What does this do? Start of your turn. Upgrade. Okay. I guess that's technically an upgrade from the 3/3 on the ground. Hacky did some unofficial coverage. He shoutcasted various matches that other people were streaming. You can find all 6 of the matches that I played recorded and uploaded to my YouTube channel, which is linked in the information section of the stream. Sure, I feel like I'm about to get savaged here. This attack only makes sense if I'm about to get savaged. Looks like a desperate attack. Hopefully. Yeah, damage. Yep. He's got to have some kind of follow-up, right? Like, treated his board for my 3/3 and 3 points of damage? Cremate, finish the gargoyle. There's got to be another removal spell for this, right? You wouldn't just leave the 6/6 there? Yeah. I'm glad those were cremates and not burned, otherwise we would have gotten destroyed by Swift Strike. Okay, another big fatty. That's not bad for him. Shard, so I can drain soul. Perfect. Unfortunately, I do not have Underworld Allegiance anymore, so I do not gain life. But God, it's such value. I don't even have to click on these guys to attack with them. This trades with this dork now that there is no longer Swift Strike when he attacks. He knows all three of the cards in my hand are Valors. This is no attack, right? You're just like trading it for my Stinghorn in case you draw something bigger. Gruesome Deed, yep. Accept, kill that one. Just like we drew it up. It's very possible I'm supposed to have Valorous the Stinkhorn here. He should have cremated pre-combat. Maybe. Then I just like would have blocked less or blocked differently. Like he cremates my 6/6 pre-combat, like my 6/6 blocks his 3/2 and just like eats his thing. Oh no, he took one of my Valors away. That's rude. Yeah, if I would just like, yeah, if I would have triple Valored this up, he'd be 3 less and then he'd be dead on board. Look at that. Just like we drew it up. Okay. Let's do that. I guess I should have. This whole sequencing was, I don't want to talk about it. It's almost midnight. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. We're sloppy a few different ways here. I should have valored this last turn. I should have attacked before doing this. Just like pick which way this series of turns was bad. Maybe we're gonna make the finals with this deck somehow. Yeah, alright. Into the finals we go. Wait, what? That's gotta be wrong, right? During game 1? I hope that's wrong. Oh, there's a glimmer, maybe. Well, if they're actually in game 1, we're probably not going to get aggroed out of the last round, which I guess is nice. If you guys are looking for something to do while we wait, oh, you know what? You know what could be fun? Let's replay some of my matches from today. All right. Can you zoom in anymore? How's this? What's the best way to do this? If I max screen that. Alright. So I'm trying to figure out a way. I did post a deck list from earlier. You can find that on my Twitter. Let's go browser. Alright, Let's full screen this and see how this works. I'm not sure if I can capture that. Hey, look at that, it works. So we got a little streamception here. So I'm going to take this and just push it behind me. There we go. Look at that. All right, now I've got the draft on in the background, so let's get rid of the ad. So this is the first round I played earlier today. And I guess the first game's not really interesting. It actually takes all of 30 seconds or 10 seconds here. My opponent, I mulliganed to 6, and then my opponent mulliganed to like 5 and conceded the game 1. And then what I went ahead and did here is so the board plan with this deck against wild decks or diamond wild decks is you kind of board into a bad control deck. So you board in the 4 Clash of Steels and the 3 Pride's Falls, and you cut 3 of the Valiant Escorts because Cluckadon is just a miserable beating when they get to kill something with it, and you board out some of the War Party Guides because you're boarding down on troops. And then on your Ardent Crusaders, you swap the gems from Dreadlings to Flight because the board often stalls and you want to be able to jump over them. So we didn't see any cards out of my opponent, but I just like put money and they're probably playing the Diamond Wild Banks hat, and they ended up actually were playing Diamond Wild Banks, so boarding like they were Diamond Wild really paid off. Just like take the percentage play and win. So we play a real second game. There's a 8-minute second game. Yeah, Dreadling Gems in the Ardent Crusader. It lets you like push extra damage against like Yodel and Blood decks, and you can martyr one of the Dreadlings to anthem your team. And this hand's great. This is like everything you want to be doing against a wild deck. We have one threat that we can sit on that's evasive because it has the flying gem in it, and then once they go wide with their board while we're hitting them with this 4/4, we just like play Clash of Steel and then like martyr whatever one troop they have left over. There's a Hero of Legend to make our existing threat even better. And I was super excited when my opponent played the wild chart one. I was like, yes, I boarded like their wild, and I got rewarded for just assuming that they were the Diamond Wild Banks deck. My opponent played this Forever's Bloom, and I didn't realize when I glanced at this card actually seems kind of sweet. It permanently gives the bonus, so every turn Forever's Bloom gets a counter, and then one of your troops gets +X+X, where X is equal to number of counters on it. So now he does stuff here. We're not really worried about this. We offer the Ardent Crusader just getting to eat the Infinite Tricks, which our opponent obviously declines. I believe I play the Field Tactician. I should have done this post-combat, obviously. I just like to click through things. So we attack with the Ardent Crusader here and get in there. Field Tactician is a card that like really overperformed for me today. I wish there was a way to fit another one or two in there, but like the slots are just too tight. Like the fact that Field Tactician can like exhaust their thing on their turn and get you like a full cycle, like stop an attack and stop a block, is like really valuable. Alright, there's a Cluckodon, that's fine. So we just want to use like Field Tactician and my Champion Power to kind of keep the board in check as he goes wide. So we exhaust this so he can't hit us and gain life. And then I'm pretty sure I clash into Martyr next turn just to clean up his board. Yeah, I attack with both here first, just on the off chance he doesn't block the Field Tactician, because it's a free attack, it's a free block, since the Field Tactician is going to die to the Clash of Steel anyways. So basically we've hit my opponent for, 8 points of damage now, and now on this turn we're going to trade basically 3 of my cards for 4 of his cards. Like, he has 4 cards in play, and we're trading, like, my Clash of Steel, my Field Tactician, and my Martyr for his entire board. And then, between the Crusader and the extra Martyr I have in my hand, and Josephina's ability, I'm going to be able to just, like, keep him off tempo of any other threats that he plays out. One of the really important things you want to note when you're playing against the wild decks with this is that you want to make sure you don't expose yourself to Crocosaur if you don't have to. And so I Martyr in response here because in the event he has a 6th gem, I don't want him to go 6 gem shift life drain onto Jadim. And you can't respond to your opponent playing a shard, so if they have a shard, they get to play it and shift without me being able to respond to it. So we just go ahead and we lock this down. I mean, Well of Purpose isn't a tapped shard. It's not. It always makes a resource. Sometimes it doesn't make a threshold, but it always makes a resource for you. So it's not a better, worse comparison. It's really just like, it's just different is the best way to put it. So we go ahead and we Valor up here to use our resources efficiently, and we're not jamming William Rowan because we don't want to get exposed to Crocosaur. And he has a Croc, which is great for us. And the nice thing about Martyring and Clash of Stealing and Bring to Justicing all of his idiots is that he doesn't have anything to bounce back. So tries to Croc our guys. We'll just go ahead and Martyr his Dork. I mean, I think there's a world where Josephine's a control champion too. So I could see why she has so much life. Another Ardent Crusader here. I forget what I did at this point. I just like jam my dorks and pass. It might just be jam my dorks and pass. Yeah, that feels like the right line. It's funny how past me makes many of the same decisions that current me would make. It's weird how that works. I think I rip a removal spell here and just slaughter him. Either that or we just like crunch. Crunching is fine too. No, I think I crunched and he ate one of my guys, but we like got in a bunch of damage, so it didn't matter. Oh yeah, Talon of the Silverhawk drew two cards. That card's so great when it draws cards. And we did hit removal. I think I just like crunched anyways here, because like we wanted to like it's like trading like my Hero of Legend for 12 points of damage, which is great. So Hero of Legend says whenever one of your Ardent troops hits your opponent, you get a Valor into your hand, which, yep, you know, sign me up. So we get a bunch of Valors even though he dies. I think I just burn the Valors here. It's like we're kind of choked on resources. I probably shouldn't have played these. Because, like, my line of thought when I played the first one was that I wanted to get out of Croc range, but then I realized that I gave him 2 Monument of the Martyrs, so even if I, like, double Valored my 5/5, it would still only have 7 toughness, and, like, Croc would still kill it anyways, because it's going to be a 7/8 under the 2 Monument of the Martyrs. Oh, they are finally in Game 3 in the draft, and then my opponent concedes. So we got the next round here. Silver Talon? I don't know. I don't keep track of card prices. I just like buy the cards I know I want to play. I don't really do the whole collecting bit. And bank, so again, probably Diamond Wild. And this seems pretty reasonable. Like, it's got Valiant Escort, and it's got 2 Ardent Crusaders in it, and a couple pieces of spot removal. Like I said, we board Escort out against the wild decks. He's kind of a liability because Cluckadon's reasonable against our aggressive deck, and having their Cluckadon gain 4 life, be a 4/4, and eat one of our guys is just such a beating. Someone bought up all the Valiant Escorts. Thanks, Tiger Zord. I appreciate it. That's really annoying. Oh, I didn't realize Valiant Escort was rare. Huh. I'm just, like, uniquely oblivious to, like, what cards actually are. So it's a little awkward here. I have to play out the Ardent Crusader, which gives our opponent a window to croc us, but I think it's worthwhile here, especially since if they croc us here on 4, they have to trade their croc for my 2 guys, and I get 2 1/1s left over. That's exactly what happens. He has the croc here. So, something that's worth talking about here is I play the Ardent Crusader out. There was probably merit to not actually playing out my Shard, because I could play Highland Shinobi and use the Shard to exhaust something next turn. I mean, I think the Yodel build I'm playing is only playing like 1 or 2 Blood Shards, which is very close to what you're suggesting. I have a Yodel. I tweeted a Yodel build earlier today that has exactly what you're talking about. It's playing 4 fireballs in it. All right, just like bring the infinite tricks to justice, crunch you for 6. It's probably the play. Yeah. I was thinking about my different lines here, and I ended up going with the bring to justice because my opponent isn't able to croc me next turn. Isn't able to croc me off his champion power. Starting in... If when my opponent plays my 6th resource, I have to automatically start holding the martyr up every turn, so that way the croc can't just blow me out when he resurrects it. Might Singer, really don't care about that. I guess we care about it now because it's gonna be a 7/7. But my opponent's at 11 already, so like we just go ahead and like Josephine this. Or do I Shinobi and I have a lot of choices here. I actually don't remember what I do. We could just like bring to justice the Might Singer. We could Josephine it and just bring to justice it, be resource efficient. It sounds like something I'd do. And we just like crunch for another 6 here. Again, we're not using the gem on the Ardent Crusader because we want to hold the martyr up for this croc that could come back out of his crypt next turn. Or repels my Crusader, sure. Feel kind of bad that I didn't get to use my Dreadlings off of it, but, you know, we'll survive. This game actually ends up being pretty close. I think he has a Cluck here, if I recall. He, like, Crocs back, and we martyr it in response, but then he Clucks one of the Phantoms. I could be misremembering that, though. All kind of blurs. Balth. Okay, yeah, he just draws 2. Now, it's really sad when I didn't draw a shard here, because if I drew a shard here, I could have played Silver Talon and drawn 2 cards, which I'm just a simple man who likes to draw a bunch of cards. So, just like crunch for 4, play War Party and Shinobi. I don't know what that card is, so... God, I've been up for almost 4 hours. Yeah, the second draft, like I mentioned earlier when we started the drafts, like this is why I don't draft very often, because we're just like infinite downtime here. Yeah, I just like sit there and jam infinite games of Constructed. I think I again don't draw a shard. Yeah, just like really wanted a shard. We just like play this. Is he just dead here? No, he goes to like 1, I think, because we champ power the Might Singer. And like crunch with the squad. Draw a card with the War Party. Where my War Party at? Right here, my War Party. I believe he, killed the Shinobi, blocked a Dreadling. Goes to 1. And he's dead. And again, we just board the same way we boarded against the previous Diamond Wild opponent. Put Clashes and Pride Falls in, board out the Valiant Escorts, a Silver Talon, and 3 Ward Party Guides since we're boarding out a bunch of troops. I think it's like 22 troops post reserves in this board configuration, so Ward Party Guide does not hit nearly as often as before. Swap these to Flight. Hey, cousin. Hopefully you're going to watch us crush the last round of this draft. Oh, no. No, stop it. Hopefully you're going to watch us crush the last round of this draft here shortly. Oh, that didn't work how I wanted it to work. Again, this hand's super reasonable. It's got a Clash and a removal spell and an Ardent Crusader in it. Like, Crusader's just like our best threat in this matchup. It's our best threat in most matchups, let's be honest. I don't know what that card is, so probably not. You put the card text up for whatever that is? I'm actually not sure. He declines the trade here. Stun a tapped troop. That's much worse than Josephine. Like, much, much worse than Josephine. If you like watch the games, Josephine's winning us not only because of the life, but like because of what her ability does. Like, her power is much more powerful than stun an exhausted troop. Play Crusader, can't get crocked, so again, we're just kind of like setting up here for we're hitting you for 4, we're hitting you for 4, we're hitting you for 4. Oh, your board got big. Clash of Steel. Keep my Ardent Crusader. Martyr your last troop that's left over. Yeah, I can't imagine Josephine. She was 3 charges on the PTR, right? I can't imagine her on 1 less charge. And opponent missed a shard drop here, so like the weight and Clash of Steel you plan really is less relevant when they're like missed a shard drop and not playing anything. So I just like bring to justice his 2/3 and just start applying lots of pressure here. I could also see a world where like we want to just like play the second Ardent Crusader out, but then like the Valiant Escort can't do anything this turn. I think here for a moment if I want to trigger this, and I kind of think about it for a second, but it's much better just like let him have this and then keep attacking with a 4/4. He again misses a shard drop, I believe, so like this 4/4 is just enough pressure to keep beating him down. I think I play Hero of Legend out here. Yeah, just start like getting my Valor on. And again, he's only on 3 resources, so he can't threaten to croc us next turn. God, this last game is still in game 3. Good lord. You're taking forever. So I can play another evasive guy. Yep. Valor this one. And then, even if he has another troop here, like, we just have Josephine's ability just, like, pending over the game. It's funny how much Josephine's ability affects the game without ever having to use Josephine's ability. She, just, like, the threat of it happening is almost more intimidating than actually using it yourself. Like, it affects the amount of creatures your opponent's allowed to attack with, and all sorts of different things. I am still in the draft. It is, we're waiting on round 3. I would not still, it's actually midnight here now, so I would not still be awake. I want to get a good night's sleep, so I kind of want to play this last match out, though. Our deck's bad, and we're probably just going to get crushed really quickly, so we waited up for nothing, but we'll see. The cup starts at 7 a.m. PST, Chris. Her ability is for 4 charges. Target troop cannot attack or block until the beginning of your next turn. No, my top 8 doesn't start at 7 a.m. And 7 a.m. PST is 9 a.m. Central. My draft doesn't start. The top 8 draft doesn't start until 11 a.m. Central. I like read his card. Now it's like I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to block here, so let's just like offer the trade. Get our War Party Guide on. Not only does it start generating card advantage, but like Swift Strike here Blocks his silly Dreadlings. Acolyte. We have one of those in our sealed pool. Or our draft, I guess. It's not a pool, it's a draft. Why are they still in game 3? Why? Come back. So again, I'm just like reading all of his cards. He like drafted the best Blood Wild deck ever. No, the Defender's playing the when this attacks, ready all of your Ardent things and give them +1/+1. It's super powerful. It's like every troop in this deck is Ardent, so it's just like a 2-cost Anthem that's also a troop. Anthem, for those that aren't aware, is lingo that means he increases the power and toughness of all of your troops. My war party was nowhere to be found. I think then we play out Protectorate Defender. I might play another war party guide actually because of the Swift Strike. Let's get our aggro on. Yeah, so like when this attacks, all of our guys gain 1 power, which is great. I am sure I will be around in some way, shape, or form. Heyo! Alright, so if you want to catch the rest of this match and all of the other matches, you can check out the YouTube playlist I have. I posted on Twitter. We're going to go ahead and play the last round of this draft, though, and see if this pile of poop deck that we drafted can get us to the 3-0 finish. Got 2/2 drops in it. Sign me up. Maybe this Siegesaurus can come down at some point. Lost the coin flip. Opponent's playing a champion that's generally aggressive. I wonder what took so long. So we have so few sacrifice fodder. I'm going to lead on the zombie as opposed to the spring dancer because I'd much rather trade... Oh, now we're going to lead on the spring dancer because this blocks the dreadling. Spring Dancer of his own. It lets him Valor up this into a 2/3 and crack us for 3. Yep. Pretty good. That actually doesn't seem great, because I just like Valor this next turn and then can eat that. Yeah, let's make a 3/3. Play Mazambe. Do I actually want to just start making this cheaper? Yeah, I think I want to play defense for a little bit here at least. Which might be wrong. I guess if he like uses his champion power to rage this, I'm fine trading this for a champion power plus his enabler. Okay, sure. If he attacks with everything here, I'm going block, block. If he attacks with just this, I'm going block. This is probably a combat trick. Nope. Deal, I guess. That trade seems like it was really good for us. Does not have another resource. Also not bad for us. Attack with my 3/3, I guess. Our champion for 5 charges turned one of our troops into a random troop that costs 2 more. Oh, ha, that's funny. This powers up this. Yeah, so the dino does become a 10 drop, doesn't it? That is how that works. Okay, that was a good line. Technically only a 1-for-1, but still pretty good. Shard. Alright, Shard is great here because not only does it let us dread demise, I would like to scrounge. So we do this, make all of these dreadlings. I don't think he's blocking any of these. So I'm just going to attack with everything. Turns this into a 2-drop. I'll block here and take 6/9 and go to 11. And then we'll gruesome. Wow. I'm going to gruesome death this. I can't believe he didn't block. I feel like there's no reason not to block there. Now he's at 9 and we've got these dorks in play. Oh, that's not how it works. It doesn't go off the base cost. I guess that's true. What does this say? Oh. What is this? Sacrifice a troop. Sure. Alright, well, I'm glad someone said something before we got ourselves into trouble. Wow. Are we actually going to win this game? Opponent, like, stumbled long enough that we are? Because this, we actually have the fodder to scrounge this. It's like put 12 power on the table, go. That's all I got. Ugh. Yeah, I thought this was going to turn into a 10, but you're right. I probably would have used this on a Dreadling if I would have realized that this wasn't going to turn into a 10. This makes a Dreadling. And the best source of card advantage is killing your opponent while they have cards in their hand. So this was fine here, but I think it's going to be an oddity that's fine. I think I just want the Dread Harvest. We've been porting that in. We just don't have enough enablers in our deck. Is Living Factory playable? We're really short on enablers. Probably not. I think I'd rather have an enabler than that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to put the Living Factory in. It's probably just something we should have started in our deck. I think in the context of the modern format, Huntmaster of the Fells is much worse against the two premier aggressive decks, which are Infect and Affinity. And I think Grand Abolisher is just like a card that dies to Lightning Bolt, and there aren't a lot of decks in Modern that you want that type of effect against. Sniper could be playable. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. It kills flyers. Did we see any removal out of my opponent's deck? They had did the fight card, the crackling, whatever. I'm going to keep this. We've got more wild than blood. We're on the draw. We have a 2-drop we can cast, and if we hit the first wild, Dread Harvest means we hit the second wild. It's also an enabler for this Gruesome Death. That's exactly what I wanted for Christmas, another Blood Shard. I don't think our opponent's deck doesn't seem particularly fast. We probably have time to fumble around a little bit. The fact that our opponent is also playing Blood Wild seems like part of the reason why our deck is so unfocused. That's rough. And we knew this getting into this hand, I guess. Hopefully we'll be professional ahead at this next turn. Ooh, it's late. 10 after, 15 after. Perfect. Double wild threshold card. Man, if we'd have hit our wilds on curve, I'm not sure he could have won with just like... I guess he could have a lot of top end, just like not doing anything for so long. Yeah, man, you got a 3-2. Yep. Like I said, the good news about... Wow. Deal. The good news about, like, you know, how the resource system in Hex works is if we draw one wild, we can play Dread Harvest and play Acolyte all in the same turn. And the following turn, this drew us a wild shard, so we get to, like, start deploying Oakhenge Druids and Smash Maguses and stuff like that. That's why he traded aggressively, because he had one of those. Would love to Gruesome Death that. Yeah. Well, we get to discard something here. It's probably an extra Smash Magus. If we miss wild this turn, we'll probably just concede. Unless we hit another 2-drop that lets us Gruesome Death this 5-4. Probably thinking about raging this just to close the game out before I can hit my wild threshold. Yeah, I like that play. Likely just too far behind at this point. We had, what, 5 draw steps at a wild, and we just, like, didn't hit any shards at all, so... Alright, well, that's probably better than a wild at this point, honestly. You're not playing cards I haven't already tried. Like, in those two particular instances, you're not playing cards I haven't already tried. Oh, alright, well, we know why our opponent's in the finals. Drafted Dreamweaver Ancient. Or Might Singer, or whatever that could... That was Dreamweaver, right? That's... Hey, Palco. Okay, any changes? No, probably not. Keep a hand that does stuff this time around. And that card's a bomb in constructed. It's definitely a draft bomb in limited. And he won the draft twice. If he wins this game, he won the draft twice. He got the Chase Mythic and the draft win. Let's try and get him on the play here. We probably would have beaten that Dreamweaver Ancient if we would have hit our wild in the first 3 turns, because we'd have just had like a bunch of 6/6s. The baby Hoglins are sleeping. It's a little after midnight here. This is going to be our last game of the night, actually. To wake up tomorrow morning at some point and play the top 8 draft for the showdown. Getting a little bit of last minute practice in here. I'd love to finish 2 drafts 3-0. Easy mulligan. Hand doesn't have good shards, doesn't have a 2-drop. This hand's not great. I think it's a keep. I am not streaming the draft. I did not live stream the constructed portion. I will not live stream the draft. Live streaming something like that is just foolish. Just like asking to get ghosted. I will record the draft and the matches, and then we'll upload them to my YouTube channel, much like I did for the constructed portion today. I'd love to hit a blood shard so we can go zombie factory. All right, spring dancer factory sounds great. That was a messed up sound when I played that card. Observer mode is tough, right? Because like, it's kind of a delicate balance, because like it's a huge drawback where like something like this where like you can your opponents, like it's different in a paper card tournament where like your opponents can't be watching you play. Like in a tournament like this, my opponents can literally watch me play. So I'm just playing Root Wrangler here. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Root Wrangler, and then this will die at end step, and then next turn we can play this as a 5/4. Scrounge 2, it gets 3/3 permanently. The Huntmaster, both of its bodies are largely irrelevant. The 2 life is insignificant compared to gaining 4 life, like Obstinate Baloth. And it doesn't block anything that you want to block against Affinity or Infect. So I think it's, like I said, just worse than the Lars. That's kind of annoying, but I guess this is unblockable, so I really don't care. I'm just going to play the zombie and eat this Dreadling. It's a free block for him anyways. I guess I could do this whenever I want, right? Yeah. So, attack with these. This card seems to be one of the more valuable cards in this limited format. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh, Oops, damn it. I forgot that my Dreadling was going to go away at end step. I just spaced there for a second. I should have sacked that to the zombie to make this a 4-3. Look, man, Mike, you do you. People have been cutting cards that I know you should be playing in Kiki Chord for as long as I've been playing the deck, just because it makes them feel good. And no amount of logic and reasoning from me is probably going to get you to not or play the cards that I feel are optimal, so you should do you, and everyone will be happy. You do you, I do me, it's great. Kane's Lance with the 5-month resub. Welcome back yet again. It's a long time. I appreciate that continued support. Thank you. Deal 6 damage to target opposing troop. Wow, that card's messed up. Does that really deal 6 damage to opposing troop target troops? Is this just like permanently 6/6? That's really good. This is just a 7/8. Wow, that's a bomb. Is that a rare? Okay, that's a rare. Okay, it's like there's a reason why I haven't seen that card yet. Alright, so what am I doing here? Not a whole lot. I'm just like attacking with this Dreadling and passing the turn. Yeah, my lethal can't attack into his lethal. Yeah, just pass. Waiting for. We don't have that many removal spells. I've already played any. I have not played any of either of our removal spells this game. We've got 2 of them. He really shouldn't have blocked with a 7/8. We could have blown him out if we were playing that 3/4. Champ power. I really, until he does something that like requires us to use the champ power, I really kind of want to wait until we have a druid to upgrade it into a 7-drop. Yeah, and I'm going to hold these wild shards in case we get into a board state where I want to make Dreadlings a couple turns in a row. We already have the champion power queued up, so I think waiting's fine. God, I wish we were playing that card so we could just like play it and punish him by killing his 7/8 that he keeps blocking with for some reason. And you just like sit here in this board stall. I guess I can see how his deck went to whatever. Oh no, don't destroy my guy. Now his 7/8 can start attacking. That's unfortunate. Wow. Okay, well, we tried, fam. God, it's so annoying to wait 45 minutes to play the last match of our draft and then just get destroyed. I guess it's fine. We were kind of expecting that. Our deck is not good. And drew some shards. Alright, I'm going to call it. I guess maybe we'll get a Nuts 3. Oh, this deals damage, creates spider spawn, and put it into play. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, folks. Thank you for everyone hanging out tonight. We went 5-1 between the 2 drafts. We went 2-1 with a deck that's really bad. So, I will not be streaming the top 8 draft tomorrow. I'll be recording it and uploading it to my YouTube channel afterwards. You can find my constructed content there from today. So, I am taking off. Thanks again.